My name is Stanley. Hi. In this video, I'm going to show you an example of conducting a micro usability test for a website for buying cars. The goal of this micro usability test is to find out how effectively users can perform different tasks on the website, and also to get feedback on what works and what doesn't work. In this test, I will be focusing on 3 tasks: exploring cars, figuring out a budget, and comparing cars. I have recruited a person who have never used the site before to participate in the test. I have also written a script, which you can find in the course materials if you would like to follow along. Hi, my name is Stanley. Nice to meet you. So thank you so much for coming. How are you today?
I'm good.
Okay, great. Today I would like you to help us understand how well this car finder website help people explore and find cars. So we'd like you to do a couple of tasks and using the site, and we want to collect your feedback. So specifically, we'd like to know how you think about the site and which part of the site works or not work for you. Okay?
Okay.
And before we start, here are several things we'd like you to know. So first of all, we're testing the site, but not you. Okay, so there's nothing you can do wrong. So don't worry about making any mistakes. And if you cannot get something to work, don't worry about it. Or if you think there's anything broken, weird, or confusing, it is not your fault, but the system's fault. All right? And please let us know exactly what you think about the site. You can be honest and don't be shy, because this is why we're bringing here today, to let us know which part of the site doesn't do well. And I'll tell you what tasks to do. And after you start, please try to focus on the task. And I may ask you a couple of questions during the test. And you can also ask me questions, but I may not be able to answer all of them. Because we'll try to observe what people would do without anyone sitting next to them, right? But if you still have questions at the end, I think I'm able to answer those questions. And as we go along, I'm going to ask you to think aloud. This is a very important part of the test, and which means that you speak all your thoughts, right? Kind of like play by play. So, for example, what you're looking at, what you're trying to do, what you're doing, what you're thinking, and why you're thinking and doing that way, right? And if you cannot find a way to complete a task, and you think you're stuck, just let me know, and we can move on to the next one. And for each task you're asked to do, tell me I'm done when you think you're done.
Okay.
Okay, so do you have any comments or questions before we begin?
No, I'm ready.
Okay, thank you. So I'm going to ask you a couple of pre-test questions. So first of all, what's your occupation?
I'm a student.
You're a student. Okay, and then roughly how many hours do you think you spend on the internet, including emails, messaging?
Every week or every day?
Per day or per week, yeah.
Probably if I'm at school or at work, probably at least 7-8 hours a day.
Okay, and how often do you shop online?
Maybe once a week.
Once a week. And what types of product do you often shop online?
Home products, clothes, stuff like that.
Okay, and do you have any favorite websites that you often go to?
Usually on Amazon.
Amazon? All right. Now I'm going to ask your experience of purchasing vehicles. How many cars have you ever owned?
None.
None? Okay, so how many times have you researched cars online?
Probably a few, like 2 or 3. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what factors do you think you really value when you purchase vehicle?
Probably safety.
Okay.
The price of the car, maybe the mileage on the car.
Mileage of car. And which factor do you think most important to you?
Probably mileage.
Mileage? Okay. And the last question is, how far do you think you are willing to travel to buy a car?
Maybe 30 miles.
30 miles?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so now I'm going to ask you to do some specific tasks. Okay, so I'm going to read each one out loud. And here is a printed copy for reference.
Okay.
Okay. And again, it will be much helpful if you can think aloud. Okay. All right, so this is the first task. A family member of yours asks if you can find a car for her using this website because she has been very busy and she doesn't have time for that. So she wants to buy a used car that is not older than 3 years old, uses automatic transmission, is under 20,000 US dollars, and is either gray, white, or black. Okay, she also doesn't want to travel too far away from her home, and she wants the car to be as cheap as possible.
Okay.
Okay, so find 2 cars based on her preference. Okay, now you may start.
Okay. So I'm looking at the website. I see that there's search options right here. So this says search all used and new cars for sale. She didn't mention what kind of car she wanted. Oh no, she said she wanted, so I'm gonna put in a make. I don't really know that much about different car makes, so I'm gonna pick one I've heard before. Let's see, she said less than 20,000, and I don't think she said anything about miles, but she wants to be close, so I'm going to put in my zip code. Okay, I'm going to search. Okay, so I see the things I searched for here. As I scroll down, I see a couple options. They fit what I'm looking for, but they're at the top of the price range. So I'm trying to see if I can find one that's cheaper, but they're not coming up at the top. So I'm going to see if I can have an option to change the price or the way I'm looking at the price. So I'm going to keep those the same, but maybe change this. Deals, that sounds good. Okay, these are a little bit cheaper. Okay, so there's some other things she wanted, like automatic transmission. So I'm trying to see where I can find cars like that. Okay. So I applied that one. And then I'm going to do the same thing for the colors she wanted. Okay, and gray, black, and white. Okay. So now I just have, I limited the search, which is good. This first one looks pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but it's really far away. It's in San Diego.
So what are you looking at right now?
So I was looking at the first couple things that popped up, and there isn't a picture, but this is saying that it's in San Diego, which is weird because I thought I put in my zip code for the search. So I'm going to go back. And yeah, these are all really far away. Okay, I'll look here. Okay, that should be better. Yep, this one's really close. Okay, cool. This one looks good, and it's pretty close by. I'm gonna pick that one, and let's find one more. Yeah, this one looks nice too, and it's really close by. So I think I'm just gonna give her the first two options on here.
All right.
Okay, I think I'm done.
Okay. Now, this is the second task. So you are in the market for a new car. Okay, and you have saved $4,000 for down payment and have determined that you can afford a monthly payment of at most $400 toward a 5-year car loan. So figure out the maximum price you can afford for a new car for yourself.
Okay.
Right.
Cool. So I'm gonna go here, find for cars for sale, and I know I could pick just to see new cars. Okay, so new cars. So I'm not sure how to look for price, like how much I'm going to put for a down payment and how much to pay monthly. Let me see, maybe if I click on a car, it'll let me look into that. Okay, estimate payments, maybe that'll help. See if I can put things in here. Okay. Is that 5 months? Or is that 5 years? I think so. Okay, so this one would be in my price range, I think. But I'm not sure if I can search for everything that applies for that kind of thing. So I'm just gonna look at all the cars and pick one I would like and then see if I can afford it.
Okay.
So I'm gonna, again, put in location so it's close to me. And it already has new cars as a search thing. I think I would like, let's see if there's more options.
So what are you looking at right now?
So I'm looking throughout these results, but I'm not really sure how to refine the results more for what I want. Like I want to see if I can sort by mileage or something like that. I don't see an option like that. Maybe here. No, I don't see an option like that. So it just seems like a lot of results, and I don't know how to pick one. Okay, I think for now, I'm gonna pick this one, see if I can afford it. Okay, so it looks like it's still in my price range. So I think I'm gonna pick this one.
Okay. So what would be the maximum price you think you can afford?
What do you mean?
So.
Oh, so it would be around $20,000, maybe a little bit more.
All right. Okay. So this is the final task I'd like you to do. So you want to buy a new car using the website, and that fits into your budget. Now you have your own criteria such as price, appearance, engine, whatever matters to you.
Okay.
right? So we go back to the home page, and you use your own criteria to find at least 2 cars that you're interested in, and put them into a list so that you can compare them later.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool. So I still want a new car. I'm gonna do all makes. I want it close to me, and I have that same price point as before. So let's see. I want a car that's pretty recent, or because I want a new car, right? Yeah. And then some of the other things. I would want a small car. And then I think maybe this color. Cool. So it's not that many options now, so I'm going to look through all the options. So this one looks really nice, and it's pretty close. I'm going to click into this one, see if there's more info. So I'm just reading all the details, and it looks really good. So I'm going to see if there's a way I can save it on the site. Okay, it says it's saved. I'm going to go back to the search results. And look into this one. I'm just reading this stuff again. Okay, it's pretty similar to the other one.
So what details are you looking for? Is there a specific feature?
So I was just, I guess, reading through all of them in case there was something that jumped out at me.
Okay.
But they all look pretty good. And I think it's pretty similar to the one I liked before, too. So I think we're all good. So I'm going to try to save this one again. And I think if I click here, it'll have both of them. Yes. Okay. So I think I'm done.
All right. So that was great. Thank you for your feedback, and we have learned a lot from what you just did. So I'm going to wrap up with a couple quick questions. So what's your overall impression of the site?
It was pretty useful. I had a good experience, I think.
Okay. And then more specifically, which part of the site do you find difficult or easy to use for performing the tasks?
I had some problems on the search page because I feel like I couldn't find everything I wanted, and I don't know if this is like sorted in a way that was really easy for me to use, and I had to keep clicking on more options a lot, I felt like. So I think that was probably my biggest problem area with the site. And then was there a second part to your question, or was that it?
Yeah,
Okay.
sure. And is there any specific feature on the site that you find confusing to you or you don't understand?
Let me think. Nothing, I don't think so. I think it was all, I figured everything out.
Okay. And I noticed that you never try to click on the top navigation bar. So is there any specific reason that you didn't try that navigation bar?
Yeah, I felt like there was nothing here that really pertained to what I was doing. Maybe the buy one, but I think if I just clicked here, it would just take me back to the home page where I could look at all the buying options anyway.
Okay.
So I felt like those weren't really useful for me.
Okay. Do you want to try clicking on the buy option?
Yeah.
Okay. And what do you expect to see under this label?
I guess different ways to buy the car, like if you're buying a used car or a new car. But this is giving me a lot of different options that I wasn't expecting to find. Like, I didn't see this one before.
Okay. Right. So, do you have any other comments or questions regarding the task or the website?
Nope.
Okay. So, thank you so much again for your time and your participation. And you have any other questions or ideas coming up while you're during your way home, just contact me and let me know. Okay?
Cool.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Now you have watched the micro usability test. Did you observe any usability problems? You can pause the video and think about your list. I will give you my list later. Okay, in general, the user finished all of the tasks without much trouble, but there were still some usability problems the website can fix to make the site more effective for the users. I'm going to give you a couple of examples. First, the connection between buy and estimating payments is not obvious to the user. From the video, you can see that the user had no intention to try the buy button, and she was surprised to see the estimate your payment when I asked her to click on the button after the test. So we think the site should make the estimating your payment option visible on the interface instead of hiding it in the buy button, since the users may have trouble associating the two. Second, although the user did not realize that she chose all miles when she put the zip code, which therefore does not filter cars by location, the site should still show the user the cars that are more relevant to them, which is in this case are the cars closer to them. This is especially important because she has put the zip code, meaning that she doesn't want to see cars that are too far away from the area. And this is one of the results that users saw. You can see the user was pretty surprised in the video that when she saw a car in California while she put the zip code in Michigan. So this would take the user an extra step to change the sorting to sort by distance here. In addition, the user saw a long list of cars, and she didn't seem to be able to refine and sort the cars as she wanted, as she also mentioned in the post-test debrief. The fact that she kept trying this more option button is a great evidence that she was looking for something else that was not available or at least not apparent on the interface. And the last example I want to mention is the pop-up message that prompts the user to sign up after the user saves the card. So you can try one here. The pop-up message interrupts the flow of the task, and it shouldn't be shown again after the user has chosen to close it in the first place, because that means the user simply doesn't want to sign up, at least for now. Okay, I'm going to stop here, but I'm sure you have more on your list. The purpose of this video is to show you how user testing, even a micro usability test, can allow you quickly get users' feedback and find a couple of usability issues. There will be a lot more going on in a more formal usability test.